Hello my mighty Baboon, how are you all doing? We are back in the Grim Dawn Hardcore walkthrough, and if you don't remember, we are playing a Ravenous Earth Oppressor and we just finished the Foggy Bank, and today we are going to go through the Flooded Passage and we will try to reach Burrwitch. I don't know you, but I'm happy to be back playing Grim Dawn. It's really a game that I enjoy playing. It has a unique Lovecraftian lore and it really has a deep and complex mechanics that makes thousands of viable builds. I know some of you are probably going to prefer Path of Exile or Diablo 3, but me, I am a Grim Dawn guy. Or should I say a Grim Dawn Baboon. And I would take this game any day compared to its competitors. So here there is a detonation site, but we do not have dynamite yet to clear the passage. Behind there is an optional area with undeads and a boss. If we go to the northeast of this area, there is going to be a small hidden area with a corpse that might have interesting objects. Is it here? No. It's going to be right here. Here is a corpse. And we get Shadow's Grasp. Really not useful for a build. It will be more useful for a Pierce build. So now let's go back and we are going to climb up here. And here there are going to be a ton of slith, but we are not an afraid baboon. We are going to smelt them all. And at the top here there is going to be a Desecrated Shrine. This one is going to spawn ethereals and is going to be real easy. We are done with it, and we are going to unlock another star in the Bad Constellation. 30% Vitality Decay, very nice. And I had 2 points, so let's put another one. I guess I forgot to use one the last shrine we unlocked. And after the bridge here, we are going to meet the boss of this area, the Ancient Smuggler. Do be careful about that one. He deals a lot of physical damage and has several attacks that can stun you, including one where he throws a rock at you. You could be in a tough spot if he stuns you several times in a row. In our case, it's a little easier as we can just dance around like a baboon until he dies in our poisonous Ravenous Earth. And you see he's already dead. These pens are interesting, I am going to directly equip them. And now let's go out of here. The French baboon is tired of this damn cave. We now arrive in the Burrwitch Outskirt. And just up there we are going to unlock the, wait for it, Burrwitch Outskirt riftgate. Who would have guessed that? Let's grab the knot on the ground, and just after the riftgate we will meet Duncan.
Oh, hello.
Hello traveler. If you find yourself going about these parts, I was wondering if you would help us locate someone. My master Angrim left our camp earlier today. He's intent on finding a group of survivors that he considers worthy of our smithing talents. We don't exactly see eye to eye on the matter of who should be helping. I want to help these people, but without my master's forging hammer, the sacred Malleum Menhir, I won't be able to do anything worth a damn. If you get Malleum Menhir back, I will gladly join you in Devil's Crossing after I use it to help out around here. Please seek out my master. Okay, so we need to find Angrim, and this is what I'm going to do right now. So let's continue our journey east. And here we are going to find a new kind of enemies, goblins and orcs. When we fight them, we always want to be on the looks for goblins shamans, as they are going to heal other goblins. Apart from that, in this area we're also going to meet insects, beasts and ethereal. Let's continue this way, and Angrim is going to be just around here. And here he is. Greetings, stranger. I hope you are out here fighting the good fight. I'm here for the Malleum Menhir. What do you know about that? He's a talented boy, that one. The way he weaves magical properties into his craft astounds even me sometimes. I prefer a finely honed blade and a solid shield to that nonsense though. Duncan was my finest apprentice, but he still needs to learn some priorities. Those people he's trying to help can't even help themselves. Devil's Crossing, hey? You certainly do seem like a capable sort. If the rest of your group is anything like you, well, humanity just might stand a chance. So here, depending on what you choose, you will either side with Duncan or Angrim, and one of them is going to come to Devil's Crossing to be our blacksmith. They will add different kind of properties to the object they craft, Angrim being a little more toward physical properties and Duncan more toward magical properties. But honestly, it does not really matter, and I do not remember having a playthrough where I regretted deciding on one side or the other. Our French Baboon is buddy-buddy with Angrim, so we are standing with him, and we are going to talk to him a little later at Devil's Crossing. Before we continue the main road, let's do a little detour. We are going this way in a small area with a lot of Bloodthorn enemies. Same with the Cultist Lair, they mainly do chaos damage. And now here, there is some small chance that one of these Bloodthorns drop the strange key. So we are going to kill them all to see if we can get the key. Unlucky, we didn't get it. And this key would have let us open this door and enter an optional dungeon. Now, if you are playing hardcore and got the key, be very careful inside. It is very easy to die down there, especially if you do not have a lot of chaos resistance. At the end of the area, there is a boss called Salazar that is very tough to beat. Now, talking about damage type, you might have noticed that sometimes we get vitality damage increase and sometimes we get vitality decay damage increase, like the time when we unlocked the last devotion star. We want both of these things, but they are different. Vitality damage increase the damage we directly do. However, a lot of skills, including Ravenous Hearth, also deal damage over time, and Vitality Decay actually increases the damage we do over time. Most of the damage types have this kind of split. For example, Acid is a direct damage, and Poison is damage over time. Same with Electricity and Electrocution, physical damage and internal trauma, and so on and so on. So here, there is going to be another burial cave, and we want to go down there because there is going to be a rune shrine here. We just leveled up, so we continue to improve Ravenous Hearth, and I'm going to keep Spectral Wrath at 5 at the moment. In this cave there is going to be a lot of ethereal popping out of the ground, and along the way we want to destroy the ethereal crystals. We never get enough crystals in this game. Okay, and here, to clean this shrine, we will need to use one ether crystal. And once again, we are going to put one monster into the bad constellation, and we get some flat vitality damage, very good, and some attack damage converted to health, that is also very good. And now let's get out, we have nothing else to do here. There is another exit the other side, but the main road is where we entered the cave. Let's continue our journey. And soon we are going to meet Balros and Hagra, the two boss we need to kill for the Flesh and Iron quest. We can already see them on the minimap. Be careful about them, they can be problematic if we aggro them at the same time. They can do a lot of damage. But honestly, Ravenous Hearth is so OP early game that we should not have any issues. We got a lot of loot. And we also have this belt that has a little more armor than the one we have. But it's not a really good one, I'm not going to use it. Let's take this Ether Crystal and let's go back on the road. If we follow the road north, we are going to quickly arrive to Burrwitch. But before going there, we have a few other things to do. First, we can go on the right. Let's grab the Alistair's diary here. And if we continue east, we are going to find one guy that is innocuously standing here in the middle of the swamp, ready to be picked like a banana by any enemies around. Not fishy at all. Well, I'll be a living person. I've been stranded out here since Burrwitch fell, fortified myself on this little patch of island, cooking whatever critters get too close, while waiting for the inevitable end. Well, I can cook for one. I used to work in the capital and had the honor of preparing meals for a couple noble houses, and many foreign dignitaries. I am not a fighter, but I've learned to hunt a bit when necessary. It gets me by. This prison of yours sounds like heaven compared to my current dwelling. I bet I could do my share as well. The portal? I've only seen one of these before, and it wasn't spitting out the good guys. Whatever, if you tell him about the prison, we can find him in Devil's Crossing. If you choose to not talk about the prison, we are still going to meet him again, but that's going to be later. There is another optional dungeon called the Smuggler's Basin in the Burrwitch Outskirt, and that's what I am trying to find right now. One of the potential entrances is going to be around here, and well, unlucky it was not here. Like a lot of optional dungeons in this game, it has different potential entrances, and the entrance is not displayed on the minimap. Let's go back to the main road. Everything is blocked this way, so let's go back. And let's move north here. And around here there is going to be another potential entrance to the Smuggler Basin. Where is it? I think I went the wrong way. Yes, it was further down south. So let's go back. And here is it. Let's have a look at the mutator first. Swift, not really good for us, enemies are going to be faster. And in this dungeon there is just one enemy, Gutworm the Man-Eater, a powerful foe that can deal a lot of bleeding damage. Be very careful when you deal with him because some of his attacks can stun you or slow you, and you could be in a dire situation if he stuns and then inflicts you a lot of bleeding damages. And we do not want to bleed dry our Baboon. There is a supreme chest behind him that can only be opened if he's already dead. A lot of loot. Wow, that's a good bassinet. We will need to be level 18, but that's a good one. The gauntlets are also much better than what we have. And the Devil's Charm is not bad, but by the time we are level 22, we should have better equipment at our disposal. Let's use the gauntlets. And the coat is not bad too. Let's equip it. Oh, and these pants are also not bad. Oh, now we do not have enough attributes anymore to equip gauntlets. No worries, my friend, we have some polished emeralds that we can put in our helmet. Polished emeralds add 8 to each of our attributes. And alright, let's get over here and let's go to Burrwitch. Coming here was really worth it. Let's go back to the road. As you can see on the minimap, there is another dungeon around here called the Flooded Cellar, but there is really nothing of interest inside, so I'm not going to go there. And here we arrive to the picturesque Burrwitch village, with its hospitable native. Let's directly activate the rift, and like the White Mire one, we need to kill all the enemies that spawn before activating it. Be careful because there is a chance that the last wave spawned 3 bosses, and it can be a little tricky depending on your build. So here we go, it's activated now. And before we end this video, we still want to go back to Devil's Crossing to complete all of our quests, but first of all, we just want to walk in the house that is just north from here to find the cultist order document. Now that we have this document, we can go back to Devil's Crossing and confront Direni, one of the guys in the prison. We'll have 2 choices. We will be able to kill him on the spot. In that case, we'll get some reputation for Devil's Crossing and the Vial of Blood of Cthulhu. Or we can spare him, and in that case, he will give us the strange key, and we will find him a little later in the game. Let's also level up and add more points into Ravenous Hearth, and I also want to slowly raise Spectral Binding, and let's go back. First we can talk to Luther Graves, with the guy that we rescued from the Foggy Bank. Thanks for saving me behind back there. Turns out not all the rifts means bad business. I've gone ahead and set up shop. Now we have access to his shop, and let's directly sell all of our crap. Crap. This shoulder guard is actually interesting. The one we currently have equipped is not bad, but I really appreciate the fact that this one has a lot of resistance. So I'm going to use it. And you know what, I changed my mind. There is not going to be a big difference between the two. And I want to keep the one with ether resistance as the next area we are going to go in as a lot of ethereals. What about the Molten Walkers? Again, not a big difference, but they look cool. Yep, that's also a reason to equip gears for the French Baboon. We don't need these two other epics, so I'm going to sell them. But I'm going to keep the Devil's Charm.
Put it to good use.
Now let's go talk to Hammond. I can tell you've had your shares of horrors. Tell me, what was the battle like? I hope they suffered. Nobody deserves to be torn apart by monsters like, and now there are a few less in the world. Now we want to talk to the traitor and kill him.
What do you want?
You looking to start problems? Best be on your way. I found out a curious note in Burrwitch. Oh? I wouldn't believe anything it says. It's slender. Damn that cult. I knew it would catch up on me someday. Well, don't expect me to go out without a fight. So we kill him. Now let's talk to Angrim. He will offer his service and we will be able to craft items. Many strong people, my hammer will be put to good use. Thank you for bringing me here. There are a lot of useful things we will be able to craft here, especially relics and components. Relics are items we can equip that can give us extra characteristics and skills. For instance, this one, Calamity, requires 1 Tainted Brain, 3 components, and 8,000 iron bits to craft. We just have 3 relics craftable at the moment, but we are going to gradually get more blueprints as we go through the game. We can also craft other equipments. And more important, we can also craft components here, and that's probably be the main things we are going to craft early game. Okay, let's go then talk to the guy we rescued in the Burrwitch Outskirt. Well, if it isn't my savior, I cannot thank you enough. I finally get to cook for other people again. Here, have some soup. Glad you have settled in, Ulgrim. Come back anytime. I've got a few old stories to tell you if you have ear to listen. So that's cool, we get some experience and we are now friendly with the Devil's Crossing faction.
Looking for a new you?
And now that we are friendly, we can buy the Stonehurt Oil and the Slithblood Tainter. Not really useful, we really are going to start getting useful items from when we get to Honored status. And now finally, let's go talk to Captain Bourbon.
Commotion. I trusted that son of a slith. Thank you for uncovering this betrayal. Who knows what other damage he could have caused if left to his devices.
So we first get the reward for killing Direni, and now we are going to get the one for securing Burrwitch.
Found a riftgate in Burrwitch? What's the situation out there? Good work. While you were gone, I dug through some of the files in this office, and I think we have our target. As you are acutely aware, ethereals can possess humans and bend them to their will. I always had my suspicions, but now I have little doubt. The former warden of this prison is possessed. Well before the Grim Dawn, in fact. There have been countless holes in the prison records, prisoners just disappearing, never to be seen again. The warden's personal logs paint a more complete picture. He's been transferring prisoners into a secret facility underneath his mansion in Burrwitch Village for years. What for, I don't know, but I'm sure it wasn't for rehabilitation. There are also several mentions of ethereals and riftgates. I need you to find this man, or whatever he has become. Warden Krieg owned a mansion in the northern district of Burrwitch Village. The logs indicate that his facilities can be reached via the cellar. I'm afraid I don't have more to go on, but if we want to strike back at the ethereal power structure in the region, the warden is our prime target.
Alright, and that will be all for today. I hope you liked the video. If that's the case, don't forget to add a like and subscribe to support your favorite baboon. In the next episode, we are going to start to explore Burrwitch. See ya!